Thank you for allowing me to give you this presentation on the Fire Prevention Division. I'm Marcia Larson, the Fire Marshal. In fire prevention, we use three methods to prevent fires: engineering, education, and enforcement. We use the engineering practices in development and construction. We work very closely with the Department of Planning and Land Use of the County of San Diego. We perform plan reviews and provide comments and recommendations on all large and small subdivisions, major use permits such as cell sites, minor use permits such as daycare occupancies and residential care facilities. The Fire Prevention Bureau also reviews variances as encroachments to the property line setbacks. We receive over 300 requests for comment on development from the County of San Diego and Planning and Land Use annually. We also use engineering practices when we perform plan reviews and construction inspections. The division is responsible for and perform an average of 500 project plan reviews and construction inspections annually. We use education and enforcement aspects of fire prevention when conducting our annual inspections and our weed abatement program. At San Miguel Fire, we inspect all business occupancies annually. We also get involved in code development, not only locally with our local ordinance, but also county and nationwide. The San Diego County Fire Marshals have completed the 2008 Consolidated Fire Code, which is ready to go to the Board of Supervisors for ratification in December or January. We use education component in our community outreach program. What I'd like to do now is take you through the steps from a vacant lot such as this to a completely occupied building such as this one recently constructed on Hilton Head Road. The way any project gets started is with a fire service availability request form. Basically, the County of San Diego is asking the fire district if the project is in our district and what would the requirements be to service the project. This is when we address as many of these issues as we can. The next step is normally the fire protection plan. The plan must address all the conditions of the fire service availability request form and give us a plan for long-term vegetation management on the property. The report includes fire modeling details in the worst-case scenarios such as high winds, humidity levels, and flame lengths. It will also address how the developer plans to meet the same practical effect if they cannot meet all of the code requirements. Once they get final approval, we start meeting with the developers, architects, and contractors. For example, I've already met several times with the architects for the sheriff's substation that the County of San Diego is planning for our jurisdiction. Once they understand all of our requirements, they prepare their blueprints. And we conduct our plan reviews. Here's an example of the type of plan review projects we conduct. Once the building plans are approved, construction begins. We inspect all underground fire sprinkler supply lines and do a 2-hour PSI test. We inspect all the welds and welded sprinkler pipe. We inspect all buildings at frame for the sprinkler installation as well as the fire alarm wire installation. We conduct another 2-hour test on the overhead sprinkler pipe. We go back and we inspect all buildings at final also. This is where we inspect and test all of the fire alarm devices, the sprinkler coverage. We check the fire walls, the rated doors, the exiting system, and we even get up on the roof and test the air handling system. Once a building is finished, we start in again with a plan check for any tentative improvements and inspect the tentative improvement space as well once it's improved. Once the building is occupied, we now add it to our annual inspection list. As I stated before, San Miguel Fire District inspects all of our buildings annually. The Fire Prevention Bureau would not be able to accomplish this enormous task without the support and dedication of our engine companies, in which I cannot thank them enough. 21 of our engine companies do an average of 51 initial inspections every year. The 2 full-time inspectors conduct an average of 1,160 inspections annually. What we're trying to prevent is this, and we do an excellent job. These next couple of slides will show you the fire statistics from 2005 through 2008. What we did was we went into the Electrifier software program and we did a search of building fires by property use. This slide shows the fire history for 2005, and you can see that we did not have any fires in the occupancies in which we inspect. In 2006, it shows 2 fires. One was a candle fire here at headquarters, and the other was an outbuilding and a home business. In 2007, we had 2 kitchen fires caused by unattended stove fires. Take a look at the property and content loss. It's just $6,000 of damage for an entire full year. In 2008, again, we had a kitchen fire, and the other one was an outbuilding where the cause was a discarded cigarette. So as you can see with the fire statistics, that our fire prevention efforts are extremely effective. And again, I'd like to thank all of those who personally conduct inspections. Your effort is paying off for this community. We also provide a fire-safe corridor between the urban wildland interface and our communities through our weed abatement program. A good example of the success of these efforts was seen in last October's fire on Miller Ranch Road. A good example of the success of these efforts were seen in the October fire on Miller Ranch Road. We did not lose a single structure. This is another example of how education and enforcement plays a role in fire prevention. This slide shows the activity of weed abatement program, where we get 100% compliance of those we notice. Over 12 years ago, Captain McCulley did a wonderful job building a database for fire prevention. This program was amazing given the technology and equipment Captain McCulley had available to him. However, it lacked several needed features. We now have a new software program that will assign, manage, and help conduct inspections. It will help us retrieve information that will help manage the entire fire prevention division, as well as billing.